as we edge to the end of the week, do you know what that means, boys and girls? It's for Friday, which means it's transfer update. Let's give it a go. That's right, folks, back once again with another Championship transfer update, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep me bang out to date with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, football, we're going all here under one roof. Now, before we jump into our club by club, that's right, every single club is covered with this transfer update. I'm going to bring you a little bit of something for you, just in case you are unawares. Hop over to here. I am on the lookout for Championship fans of each and every one of the clubs, boys and girls, for the new season. I did it last season. We tried to get some fans on board for match previews and match reviews and get their opinions about the match against Blackburn. I've got those contacts and all that, but if you want to get involved as well for your own club, whether you're from Barnsley, whether you're from Birmingham, Leeds, QPR, Charlton, whatever it is, get involved, get over here, stick your name in the old chat section down below, or get in touch with me over on Twitter at @RoverSeas and tell me that you want to get involved. You want to be my representative for West Brom or something like that. Just let me know, get in touch, and we'll get going. And speaking of getting going, let's get going and take a look at the latest transfer rumours surrounding the clubs in the Championship. We're going to kick it off with Barnsley, and it's confirmed, boys and girls, Lindsay as a Potter. That's right. He's been linked with everybody under the sun, except for Blackburn Rovers. But it looks like it's a done and dusted deal. Off to Stoke, couple of million, maybe 2.9, I think it was. So that is done and dusted. Speaking of players coming in, though, what do we have here? We have a guy from MK Dons. His name is Chucks Anike, formerly of, I don't know, he was at a bigger club before MK Dons. But he scored goals last season for fun. He's actually been linked with a number of Championship clubs. But Barnsley are in the mix to get him. Also alongside Anike is John Taylor from Rotherham. That's right, a winger. He's also been touted by a couple of Championship clubs as well. Seems to be a hot property. And that's the thing right now, because there's limited rumours. I don't know, maybe the managers are all taking their holidays right now. Or maybe no one really gets going until July. Then the same sort of names are banded around by all the different kind of clubs. You'll see Anike and Taylor crop up a couple of times. But Lindsay is a goner. That's right, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Birmingham, obviously, no manager, and it looks like Pep Clotet is going to remain in charge for the foreseeable future anyway, as Gary Monk has been dismissed or resigned or whatever it is. He's a goner. So where is he going to go? Is he going to be straight back into the thick of things with another job somewhere else? Obviously, there are some other Championship jobs as well. I think the Steve Cooper's just been appointed Swansea gaffer. Hull looking for a new manager. West Brom have just signed Slaven Bilic. Derby could lose their man. Charlton's boss, Lee Bowyer, left but then came back again. There's still a lot of uncertainty going on. Jonathan Woodgate now, Middlesbrough. It's all been going on. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the players that have been rumoured to be coming into Birmingham. I think this was prior to his dismissal. But the Polish goalkeeper, Bartosz Blawskowski, has been linked with a few Championship clubs. He was Player of the Year at Ipswich for a couple of seasons. He had a terrible season last season. Obviously, they got relegated, but he got dropped. So he's the only player I really know. I'm not trying to repeat any names that I've mentioned in previous club-by-club transfer updates. So this is the only rumour I saw for Birmingham going in. I did see a lot about Che Adams going out, but I don't really dwell on that. As for Rovers, there's a few going around. And then John McCracken, young goalkeeper from Norwich, has been linked. Newcastle and Hibs also interested. Grant Hanley has also been rumoured to be coming back to Rovers as well from Norwich, possibly on loan. And this fella, what's his name? Brandon O'Neill from Sydney FC. And I talked more about those in a separate video of Blackburn Rovers update. So, but if you know, to be honest with you, I'd like to see Hanley come back. We do need defenders. As for the other fellas, I'm not too sure. Over in Brentford, we have this young guy. Not much going on with Brentford at the moment. Going in anyway. A lot of players could be going out. Malpace linked, Watkins is linked, and they did lose a defender. We'll talk more about that later. But this guy is Max Statham. He's a brother of Jason Statham, the actor. I'm only messing. He's actually on the books. He's a youngster on the books at Tottenham. He's been linked with a coming into Brentford. It's a bit of an old rumour, but it's been slim pickings for Brentford, to be honest with you. Bristol City, though, on the flip side, they've been all over the place. Albert Adoma has been linked with Bristol City. The 31-year-old winger just left Aston Villa, been released. decent. Look at the pace on this guy. 87 pace. Phenomenal. He could rip it up in the Championship still. Joining him is another one. It's a player that's been linked with Rovers. Brandon O'Neill, Australian. Around about 350,000 quoted, currently in the books of Sydney FC. He could also be making a switch to Bristol City. Speaking of one city to another, Cardiff. I've been after this fella, Danny Loader, who's on the books at Reading, I believe. Youngster, striker. I don't know, one for the future perhaps, I don't know. But they've also been linked with Curtis Nelson, who's on the books at Oxford United, the defender. It's Neil Warnock kind of transfer business. He's wheeling and dealing inside and out, trying to find some bargains, and those two would fit the bill as bargain pickups, and definitely ones for the future. Speaking of a couple of ones for the future, Charlton. Who's the manager? Lee Bowyer, is it not? Is it? Oh, yes, it is. Of course it is. So Lee Bowyer remains. They brought in one Leyton Orient striker, and that is Macaulay Bonne. I really like this fella. He could be a bit of a dark horse next season in the top goal scoring ranks, depending on how Charlton get on. So Macaulay Bonne is done and dusted over the line from Leyton Orient. And they've also been linked with Eddie Nketiah, or however you pronounce that name, from Arsenal, youngster. Rapid pace as well, 84. So he's also been linked. So they're not settling just for Macaulay Bonne. They're also looking for another striker, and Edward Nketiah could be the man. Now Derby, again, very slim pickings out there for Derby. Obviously, the rumours about Frank Lampard will not go away, and it probably will happen. I think he'll become a Chelsea man. And the only rumour I could find this week for them is Liam McCarron from Carlisle, youngster, midfielder, could offer something perhaps in a year or two, but just a youngster, nothing too crazy. And again, just because of Lampard's situation, I just don't think that we're going to hear much from them until they sort out maybe a replacement, or until that rumour dies down. But anyway, Fulham on the flip side have got a couple of big names for you. Adam Forshaw, currently in the books at Leeds United, centre midfielder, a good offers experience as well in the middle of the park, so he could be on his way to Fulham. And also on his way to Fulham could be Jove Cabral, who's on the books at Sporting Lisbon. This would be an absolute ace pickup for a team in the Championship. Excellent pace as well, good dribbling, could cause them all kinds of problems. And I believe my knowledge of flags, that sucker is what is that flag? Yep, it's gone. Lost it. Move on. Okay, next up, another relegated team for the Premier League. It is Huddersfield Town, and they've been linked with this fella, Bully Gongoli Mambo, and he is on the books at Rapid Vienna. He's a left back, excellent pace, 90 pace for a left back, absolutely insane. This deal's got some legs, and I think it will happen. It would be a bonkers kind of move as well for the Belgian left back to come and join Stewart's revitalised Huddersfield Town. There are also links of a takeover, but don't expect anything crazy to go on with that takeover. But anyway, Bolingo Bolibo is the only fella linked I could see this week that I've not mentioned before. Meanwhile, over in Hull, obviously no manager at the moment. Again, slim pickings. These rumours were possibly linked with Atkins, perhaps. I don't know. But anyway, they're still there. Chunks Aniki, we mentioned him already. Currently in the books at MK Dons, linked with Hull as well. And joining him is Rafa Mir, another striker. So two strikers, about the same sort of standard, 66, 67. He's on the books at Wolves. And again, these are deals that have been rumoured with Hull that could pan out to be absolutely nothing. Leeds, on the flip side, have been linked with a couple of contrasting players. Ben White at the books at Brighton, Hove Albion, young defender. He's got a 61 rating according to Foothead. And then Michael Frey, striker, 72 ranking, Swiss international, currently in the books at Fenerbahce as well. He'd be a good experience up top. I don't know about these two. Maybe this one would pan out, but you will have to wait and see. Luton, on the flip side, have been involved with John Taylor again. We mentioned him earlier, top of the shop. He's also linked with Barnsley. He's on the books at Rotherham at the moment, linked with Luton. So he would be on the flip side from McManaman, who was completed the other day. And also joining him, Jordan Willis, on the books at Coventry City. He was linked with a couple of other Championship clubs, I think Sheffield Wednesday as well. I thought the Gaffer Mowbray would be involved in them. Obviously, he was working at Coventry City before Rovers, so I thought, get stuck in with that. On the flip side, Middlesbrough with Jonathan Woodgate now in charge, are looking a little bit on the cheap. Looking at this fella, Deshasteel. I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt the first name, but I butchered his surname anyway. Defender, right back, according to this, currently in the books at Charlton, and joining him could be Kadeem Harris. who is on the books at Cardiff, is a winger, left-hand side. I think he was also rumoured to be going to Sheffield Wednesday or somebody from last week's update. So they're the current latest names linked with Borough. Joining them, joining over in Millwall, we have this fella. He's a rapid goal scoring machine for Doncaster last season, and his name is John Marquise. Remember him from our days in League One. He scored goals against us, both legs. Decent striker. You know, I'm quite surprised it's taken him this long to be linked with a championship club. He needs to be playing at a higher standard. He's on that sort of cusp of an age where it's make or break if he's going to, you know, he could make a late surge and be the next best thing. Millwall need a couple of strikers. I think a couple of them have gone out. Gregory's about to go to Stoke. Morrison's gone to Shrewsbury. So they need some strikers. So they've been linked with Marquise, and they've also been linked with Matt Smith, not the Doctor Who, but the QPR striker Matt Smith. Again, both are about the same sort of rating, 68. Both offer completely different styles of football. Marquise would be a better pickup, I think, for goals anyway. Also now, next up is Nottingham Forest, linked with Albert Adoma, who's been linked with a few championship clubs. I expect him to be on high wages. It's a gamble. It's definitely a gamble. And also Sam Byram. He was actually on loan with Nottingham Forest last season. He's currently in the books at West Ham. I think they'll try and come out and make this a permanent deal. That's the latest I have from the City Ground with Nottingham. Meanwhile, Preston, the scumbags North End, come in and take out Patrick Bauer from under our noses. That's right, it's a done deal. Charlton have lost their skipper, their match winner, who got themselves promoted right at the death. So he's now a nobber at Deepdale. So that's done. Well, I don't want to talk about that one. We'll move it on. Still a bit sour. QPR looking good as well. They're also linked with matey boy John Marquise from Doncaster. Whoever picks him up will get some goals for sure. They've also picked up probably the signing of the season so far, and that's Barbet from Brentford. A lot of Premier League clubs were sniffing around this guy, but he's only gone and joined QPR. I'm not too sure what they've... I guess matey boy Warburton was a Brentford manager, so he knows him back in the day. But yeah, that is insane. I originally have had QPR to struggle this season, but they're getting busy. They're getting busy. They brought in a few players, Lee Wallace as well, goalkeeper, and it looks like he's just getting started as Warburton. So these are the current links. There, it's done and dusted. It's over the line. Reading in the Majewski are linked with another Leyton Orient striker or attacker, Josh Koroma. On the books at Leyton Orient, obviously they got some promoted to League Two. Also, this fella here is one that was with them last season. Ovi Ajara is on the books at Liverpool. They had him on loan. I think they want to try and bring back again on loan. And again, you know, he's decent. He's decent, but Josh Koroma, can he make the step up? Obviously, Macaulay Bond has made the step up to Charlton. This could be the second major departure outside at Brisbane Road. Sheffield Wednesday have also been linked with Chucks Anike, but they've also been linked with David Turnbull, on the verge of joining Celtic from Motherwell. But I believe this one is a little bit far-fetched for Sheffield Wednesday. I think he's about to join Norwich. And this fella, Che Dunkley from Wigan, as the latest defender to be linked with Sheffield Wednesday. They've been linked with a couple of other defenders. I think they will go through a soft transfer embargo at the moment, so I'm not too sure what's going to pan out with these bad boys, so we'll have to wait and see. Stoke City been busy. They have signed one of the most sought-after defenders, Liam Lindsay. That deal is over the line, just about. It's 2.9 million. It could go up to 2.9 million. Barnsley made a bit of money on that bad boy. They've also been linked with a heavy offer for Dwight Gale from currently on the books at Newcastle. Nathan Jones has been doing bits for his defence since he got here. And this would be an insane pickup if he was to manage to get this over the line. They're looking for strikers right now. They got rid of that Sadi Barino. He's off the books, looking to get someone else to lead the line. Could this be the guy? Perhaps. Swansea, obviously new manager in charge, been linked with this fella. His name is Nathan McGinley, coming on the books at Forest Green Rovers. He was on the books at Middlesbrough. He did make the switch to Forest Green Rovers. He had an amazing season there. Obviously, they didn't get promoted, so he could be making the switch up a couple of divisions. And joining them, Reece James is the latest club interested in bringing the Chelsea youngster on loan. I would love to see him at Rovers. He was phenomenal for Wigan, absolutely phenomenal. But he could be going to Swansea this season. West Brom, obviously new manager in charge, and he looked could be going after a player he played with before, and that's Carl Jenkins, who's currently in the books at Arsenal. He was on loan, Wigan, West Ham, when Bilic was in charge back then. And also, West Brom linked with Sam Byram, another player possibly who'd worked alongside Bilic at West Ham. Again, he's been wanted by Forest as well, so we'll have to see what happens. Wrapping up this baby, Wigan have been looking at Jake Clark-Salter, who's currently on under 21 duty in the tournament, wherever it is. He's on the books with Chelsea, could be making a switch to Wigan, and joining him could be the forever linked Chuks Anike, who's on the books at MK Dons. And that, my friends, is all I've got for you today. But I just want to shout out to the top of the shop again. If you are a Championship fan for any one of those 23 clubs, not including Blackburn Rovers, or if you are a Blackburn Rovers fan, just get involved as well. I'm looking for fans to become team representatives for the new season. So I'll be speaking to you via Skype. We get involved. We'll do some recordings, match previews, match reviews, that sort of stuff. If you want to get involved, get in touch with me in the chat down below in the comment section, or follow me on Twitter and bung me a DM, and we'll get chatting as well and get you sorted out. Because the fixtures are now live, I can start planning that. I'm looking for a Charlton man first and foremost, because that's the day one, and then I'm looking for Middlesbrough fans. But I've, some fans I've worked with in the past, and I'd love to work with them again. But if you are interested in getting involved, get stuck in. I also want to let you know what else is going on the channel, on the platform, right here on Blackburn Overseas. We're going to be launching a squeaky clean fantasy football league. It's going to be free to enter, monthly prizes. We're talking cash-ish, and then a grand prize at the end for whoever wins it. I'm going to have a weekly update video, and it's going to the launch date will be July. I'll do a separate video for it. So if you want to get involved in that, or at least stay up to date with it, smash the subscribe button, and then you'll know when that video comes in, and then you can get stuck in. And also just follow me on Twitter as well. I'll give you updates of the fantasy. If you want to do something else for the channel, push us a little bit further, you can become a Patreon, boys and girls, where I've actually tweaking some of the perks and privileges. Obviously, the first tier is just $1 a month. The second tier, $5. If you want to go crazy and go all out and become a top tier Patreon, $10 a month. There are more perks to this, but this is just what I'm hoping to add going into the month of August. Obviously, got to wait and see if it's something that people are interested in. If not, fear not. Don't worry about it. And also, I want to let you know that I'll be going live in the months of September throughout the season, predicting the Champions League, the Premier League, and the Championship match day by match day predictions. I'll be having them live, so come join me, say hello, give me your own predictions, and then we'll go from there. And speaking of what we're going on right here, right now, into the months of June and July, I've been doing it so far this past few weeks, predicting the games of the Copa America, the Gold Cup, and the Africa Cup of Nations. Been doing that live on Twitch. Make sure you pop over as well. Just say hello and push me over the threshold to become 50 followers over there, trying to reach that benchmark. And then wrapping it up into the month of September. Again, we'll be going live via Twitch, doing live watch-alongs for the Blackburn Rovers games this season. You watch me pull my hair out as we try to watch Blackburn Rovers steer ourselves to the top of the pops. Anyway, whoa, we're going all weird. Stay with me. There I am, boys and girls. That's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. And if you do, smash the subscribe. New videos each and every day, I'm sure, especially for the next few days anyway, because it's crazy stuff on the channel. Yes, please get involved if you want to become my team representative for the new season. I've got a lot of content for the Championship coming up right around the corner, starting with some team previews in the next few days. So stand by for that, sucker. Until then, I'm going to let you get out of here. Thumbs up, subscribe. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.